Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? My name's Andrew.
I'm Pop-Pop.
I'm Mimi.
I'm Daniel.
I'm Aunt Becky.
I'm Matt.
I'm Kelly.
And we're some of the Veggie Boys.
And girls.
And we'd like to thank you for stopping by. If you're new here, please consider subscribing because we can grow a lot of stuff on the farm, but one thing we can't grow is this channel without your help. Welcome back, everyone. It's so nice to see you. Boy, do we have a special video for you today. We've got some exciting things that we need to show you and some things that are not so exciting, but that's farming. Before we can get to that, we need to finish off our morning chores. Animals are just about taken care of, and we're just doing a quick inspection on our cole crops that we're soon gonna be transplanting into the field. We did have to reseed a few things, but for the most part, all of this stuff came up really well. Two things that I'd like to touch on that grew really well are kohlrabi and our Eastern Crown broccoli. Both of those have really amazed me. For the most part, this stuff seems to grow really well in the area where we live. However, it was extremely hot for the past 2 weeks. We didn't know how many of these seedlings would pop out of the soil. And I think overall, I'm pretty excited with what we got here. We're just gonna finish off a few of the chores we have here at the home farm, and then we're gonna be on our way to the fields. Whoa, wait a minute, when did you get home?
Last night.
Oh, well, welcome back. Ready to work?
Yep.
All right, let's go. Uh-oh, look what we've got coming. Don't tell me you're already done.
Where were you?
Oh, no.
We thought you'd show up.
Oh, let's see what we've got here. It looks like the boys have been picking some cucumbers. They got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 baskets that look really good. It seems like there was more here than last time. Oh, what else did you grab there?
We thought there was gonna be more cherry tomatoes because we saw a couple, but then when we picked through the whole thing, we only got a little bit. I've also been eating them as we rode back, so I don't know. I don't think we're gonna make it all the way home.
That's okay. It gives us an opportunity to look through the sweet corn and see what we've got going on. Now, this is our first planting here. As you can see, it's pretty short, but that's okay. Usually the first planting of sweet corn is. And then once we move a little bit further into the field, we've got our second planting. Now, this is where Callie likes to play. She likes to run right down these rows. This stuff looks like it's just on the verge of being ready to really start picking. Here's a nice ear. Let's just pull that off. That first planting of the short stuff, that is ready to pick, but I'm just curious how this second planting looks. Just, oh, wow. That's beautiful. That's what we like to see. Boys, just be careful because I'm smelling skunks. And I'm seeing some skunk damage here. At least the skunks completely clean off the ears. Now, this is not the exciting thing I had to show you out in the fields today, but this is exciting for me. That tastes really good. If you've never had the opportunity to try fresh sweet corn, I suggest you find a way to do it.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Well, there goes Dad. Can you believe he just dropped me off and left me? I can, because he's done it before. We need some cabbage for back at the farm market. I'm gonna work on getting 2 bushel baskets picked. Dad has not been around for the past week, and he's kind of concerned because he doesn't really know what's going on out in the field. So he's going for a little ride to check on all the different types of crops, just so that he can get up to speed and basically understand what all of us know since we've been here. Matthew and Daniel are taking all the cucumbers back to the farm. They're gonna get them washed up and moved into the cooler. So rather than just going for a ride or going back to the farm market, I decided this would be the best thing for me to do. So I'm gonna get started. I just got finished cutting the 2 bushel of cabbage. It went pretty quickly because basically every head can be cut. As we move down through the field, there are different day varieties of cabbage. What we've been picking has been our earliest season, but as we go down a little bit further, we have our mid-season cabbage, which is still growing, and then we have our late season cabbage, which has taken a little bit longer to grow, but that's to be expected. These are all 3 varieties of cabbage that have worked well for us in our spring to summer harvest. Due to weather conditions, every year is different, so we can never be 100% what's gonna look the nicest. We do like a variety called Megaton. We plant that in our spring to summer and in our summer to fall crop. And that's one that has been very popular, not just for us, but for the customers too. When you find a cabbage that you enjoy and your customers enjoy, that just makes the experience better for everyone overall. And if the customers know you're gonna grow a variety of cabbage that they really like, well, then they're gonna keep coming back year after year. And we have seen that. Hey, do we need broccoli?
I think there's like 1 basket left, so yeah, probably.
Okay, I'm gonna go cut some heads of broccoli then and make a few piles.
Okie doke.
All right, bye.
Okay, bye.
It looks like we've got a good amount of broccoli here, so I'm gonna get started cutting. I'm just curious if it is all large or if we got more coming. And what I'm noticing is that not all the broccoli is ready to cut, which is a good sign for us. That's gonna help us to extend our harvest. But whatever I can find, I'm gonna get cutting. Well, are you all up to speed now?
Not yet. I still have more looking to do.
Well, you can do some looking later on. We're picking broccoli.
When did you become boss?
I'm not trying to act like the boss. I'm just trying to tell you what I'm doing, and I'm picking broccoli.
Daniel's not even here to be the boss.
Now, something I've always been taught, especially when harvesting using a knife or a pair of clippers, is to take your time, because you definitely don't want to hurt yourself. Now, in my young life, I have been doing this for a big part of it, so I've learned to use these tools pretty well, especially while trying to pick a little bit faster. But just because I want to get done faster doesn't mean I can't be safe, because if I hurt myself, well, then the job's gonna take twice as long, and it's not gonna help out the family, that's for sure. So even though it may seem like I'm moving pretty quick through these fields, I am doing my best to be on the careful side, because I don't wanna get hurt, and I don't wanna be a burden to the family by not being able to work. Those are things you need to keep in mind. Sometimes accidents do happen. When it's warm like this, not too often, but when it gets really cold and we're harvesting like broccoli or cabbage, your hands can go numb because they get wet from the cold. And well, when you're picking cabbage, you're usually trying to move pretty quick. So we have cut ourselves in the past, but it's been rare. Very rare. It doesn't happen often. And that's because we're all somewhat trained professionals. Well, that's what Dad calls us, trained professionals. Would I consider myself a trained professional? I don't know, but I can definitely pick some broccoli. That's for sure. Oh yeah. This should hold us back at the farm market. We got 2 half bushels of broccoli. Beautiful broccoli for that matter. And we were also able to grab 2 bushel baskets of our cabbage. Now, before we can leave, Dad wanted a few heads of Savoy cabbage, so we're grabbing that quickly. Two things have happened. We've gotten everything picked that we needed to grab, and we ran out of baskets, so we can't pick anything else if we wanted to. We're gonna get this stuff back to the farm market and into the cooler. Boy, I gotta say, I love where I live. We got some beautiful views around here and beautiful potatoes. Look at those things. I'm gonna be eating so many potatoes this year. Doing a little bit of switcheroo. I'm leaving Dad. See you later, Father. Now, since this is the first time we're harvesting sweet corn for the year, I'll share with you a few things we're gonna be looking for. One, that the silk is nice and brown and completely dried out. And when we take our fingers and pinch right here, that we have a rounded edge at the top. That means that the sweet corn has been completely filled out. So that's what we're gonna be looking for as we pick. And when I put my hand on here, I am feeling for that rounded edge. Oh boy, the amount of memories I've had picking sweet corn. When I told you I had some exciting things for you today, one of those things was picking some sweet corn. I was able to get a basket pretty easily, and the ears do look beautiful. We're glad that we received enough rain over the past few months to make sure that these sweet corns got to a beautiful size. And I tell you what, they look good. The ears just look great, but they taste even better, and that's the #1 thing we look forward to. Uh-oh. Damage. Daniel, did you know you can't tell any secrets in a cornfield?
Well, after we pick them, you can.
Nope, there's too many ears.
Nope, after we pick them, there's
After we pick all the sweet corn, you can tell a joke, secret in here. Oop. Uh-oh, who's out in the cornfield? Hey, Callie! Hey, Callie, what do you think of this?
Good.
It's good? She got a ring pop. She don't care about no sweet corn.
I want to go over and potatoes a little bit.
That is a beautiful, tasty ear of sweet corn.
Where do you want to go?
We think we got enough sweet corn for the rest of the day, so that's where we're gonna stop picking. We try and pick fresh every single day. But Callie is now exploring through the cornfield, and she's just having a good old time. What's better, Callie, the ring pop or the corn?
Corn.
Corn? Let me just say, if you thought it was exciting that we were picking sweet corn today, just wait, because we got more exciting stuff on the way. This is the other exciting thing I really wanted to show you. Potatoes! I mean, on the surface, potatoes may not be the most exciting thing, but when you first start picking them for the year, oh boy, do they get exciting. And look what we got there. Beautiful. You see the potatoes, Callie?
Yeah.
There's some little ones there. That tells us that they still need to do a little bit of growing.
You see it? You see a little one right there?
Oh, wow. There you go. There's some beauties.
I want to come see it.
Here, you want to see them? There you go. Look at them. What do you think?
There's red over there.
Yeah, there's red potatoes over there. So we weren't planning on doing a lot of picking of potatoes today, but we wanted to just check them out. There's some red potatoes. Oh, a couple there. Still on the younger side. That's to be expected. These red potatoes here, they're not quite ready to harvest yet. But like I said, we're just curious and we're just looking to see what we can find. Look at that one, Callie. What do you think?
Don't clean it.
I'll clean it at home. Now, all together with the potatoes, it is gonna be a little bit of time before we start picking. The skins are very, very delicate and they just need to do some more growing. Come on, Callie, come over here. We're gonna get some peppers. Before we leave, we're here at the peppers and we've got a few sweet banana that need to be picked. So we're gonna grab them. These are called sweet banana peppers.
They're not ready?
No, they're ready to pick. This is what they look like when they're ready. One thing that we notice when we go through and look at the peppers is they're not as nice as we thought they were gonna be. That could be for multiple reasons, but most likely it's from the intense heat that we had. This isn't our large planting of peppers. Our large planting got completely beat up by that wind that we had received. So it's kind of just like a wait and see with the largest planting of peppers. This stuff don't look too bad. Our sweet peppers just aren't 100% what we'd like them to be. Now over there, our hot peppers and our eggplant, that looks really, really good. But one of our biggest sellers is the sweet peppers. So we'll just have to wait and see what we've got.
I want to go back to the farm.
You want to go back to the farm?
Yeah.
All right, we can make that happen.
I'm gonna be happy.
You're gonna be happy? Can you give me a woohoo? You can I get a what? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, good. Now for today, I still have some good things that I need to show you out here in the fields, but I also got some problems. A big problem that I need to show you. It's something we are not happy about, and we're definitely gonna have to do something. Now that we're getting ready to go, I just want to show you a small sample size of what's coming soon. There's a lot of stuff to be picked, but you guys know that. You remember, we do a lot of picking around here. Sometimes way too much picking. Is that a real thing? Too much picking? Nah, I don't think so. For lunch today, it looks like we are having some sandwiches. We got a pretty big spread here, so I'm gonna get to eating.
I'm also pretty excited. We got a new addition. Some turkey pastrami.
Whoa. We got all finished with lunch and we've been working on getting the farm market all filled up. We've been rather busy today. I do have something I really want to show you out in the fields, but before we get there, we've been doing a little bit of cleaning up in the shop. A big reason for that is because we need to get the combine out because it is time to start harvesting wheat. The only problem is we have it all the way in the back. So everything that we had stored in here need to be moved out. We've made quite a bit of progress. We only have a few things more that we need to move, and then we should be good to go and pulling the combine out. While Dad and Daniel work on that, I'm gonna bring you guys out to the fields and show you something. Show you something I'm not too happy about. Look at all these watermelons we have here. Look at that. That's not the bad part. That's good. The good thing is that everything has been growing really good when it comes to what we've got out here in the field. That's kind of what leads us into the bad part. We've now reached the section of the field where we're starting to see more cantaloupe. Beautiful cantaloupes. And this is what we're starting to find. Yeah, something was taking a nibble out of that. But that's not even that bad. Let's move down the field a little bit more. Beautiful cantaloupes. Here we go. Here's one that we were looking at earlier. Oh, yeah. So, this is what I wanted to bring you out and show you. And this is what I wanted to mention. Birds. Birds are causing some problems. Now, thankfully, these cantaloupe that we have planted out here look really good. We're gonna have a lot of cantaloupes. That's if we can keep the birds out of them, because we're starting to find a lot more bird damage spread out. And the biggest issue is we haven't even seen any crows. Crows are really what's hammering these cantaloupes hard, but we haven't seen them. Occasionally you'll see one or two flying around, but nothing that would lead us to believe that they're gonna be causing us a lot of damage. Now with the watermelons at the other end of the field, I've shown that in a recent video that we've been having trouble. But we do have a few cantaloupes here and there that are starting to get holes poked into them, and it's something we really don't want to be dealing with. Especially when our cantaloupes and watermelons look really nice. And that's what I wanted to bring you out here today and show you. We're kind of in a fight with the birds. It doesn't seem like anything else has been attacking this stuff, but the birds, they're starting to grind my gears. We've been talking to a few other farmers that grow cantaloupes, and we've been asking them what they do to combat this problem. So we've gotten a few nice ideas that we can kind of work off of, which is a good thing because some of these cantaloupes look really good, and we don't want the birds just destroying them on us. See right up here by the watermelons, look at this sugar baby. Look how big this thing is. And now I've got a huge hole in it from the birds. And this was on its way to getting ripe. Now look at that. That just makes me so sad. So yeah, just a little update on what we've been dealing with and what we've been fighting with. I think things are gonna be okay, as long as we can stay on top of keeping these birds out of here. Because if we can get a nice watermelon harvest, well, that makes me happy, because that means I get to eat a lot of nice fresh watermelon. When it comes to everything that we planted this year, we have a lot to look forward to. A lot of positive. The only things I've seen with the negatives have been some bird damage, a little bit of damage to the sweet corn by means of birds and some skunks and raccoons, and our peppers got really beat up from the wind and the intense heat in some spots. So those are the only negatives. Everything else is very positive. Very positive. And as the year goes on, you'll see us enjoying these positives. As you can see, we got the 9500 pulled out of the shop. Now we're just going over everything. We're making sure that it's all lubed up and ready to go. We're checking all our tire pressures. We have to kind of lower the tires to get it in our barn. But once we have it all greased, we have it all fueled up, and we inspect everything and get it cleaned up the way we want it to, we'll be ready to go. This has been something Dad has been itching to get to. Cutting wheat, he is ready. Hey everybody, I am now home. We had to pick sweet corn one more time, but besides that, we didn't have too much work going on. Now that I'm home, I got the whole family over. I'm making street tacos for dinner. Joel is slicing up the meat for the tacos. That's looking really good. It doesn't get much better than this grilling. I'm having some Pioneer beer. This is good. Oh my, look at that corn I just made on the grill. Blackstone. I've got my corn. It's amazing. I've got my tacos. They're amazing. I got my margarita. That's amazing. And yeah, that's probably where we're gonna end the video today. I'd like to thank everyone for watching, and we will be seeing you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.